Hello everyone and welcome to Roadmap. So we are continuing with the topic water as a resource part 2, and if you like the video, don't forget to click on thumbs up button below. You can also subscribe for more video updates, and you can also share, and you can also give your suggestions in the comment section below. So the topics to be covered are introduction, forms of water, solid, liquid and gas, how people get their water supply, groundwater as an important resource, water table, distribution of water, scarcity of water, water conservation. So coming to the introduction, I would just like to give the glimpse because already we have studied with the forms of water, solid, liquid, gaseous, and they are reversible or interconvertible. And water available for human use, there are like only 0.01% of water is available for human use. And for how people get water, so basically they get via ponds, lakes, rivers, springs, rain, snow, and also via the bawris or the wells, water tanker, tube wells, canals, dams. So these are various sources through which people get water. Now this all we have learnt in our previous video in detail. So I would suggest you that just check the video, go back, and you link the concepts in a better way, and then come over here so that you will be able to link the concepts, and also you will have a better conceptual understanding. Now coming to the groundwater as a resource. Now rainwater and water from other sources like rivers and lakes seep through the soil, and it keeps on flowing through various layers of soil till it reaches the hard rock underneath. Now this process of sipping of water into ground is basically called as infiltration, and the water goes up on accumulating on top of non-porous hard rocks under the ground in the form of water reservoir, and this water reservoir is called as the groundwater, or it is also called as aquifer. Now groundwater is in its pure form since it passes through several layers of soil which acts as a natural filter, and it may contain soluble salt. Now coming to the water table, the top level of the groundwater is called as the water table. So from the diagram you can see that the labeled one is called as the water table because it is the top level of groundwater, and the water table varies from place to place, regions to regions, area to area, and even from time to time. Now it may be at depth of less than a meter to several meters under the ground, and water is usually pumped out with the help of hand pumps or tube wells from aquifer. Now the depletion of water table takes place. So the water table is going down at an alarming rate at almost all the places in India, and it is basically because more water is being extracted from ground than it is replenished by infiltration, and if it is not duly checked, it will pose to serious danger of water crisis for future generations. And we all know that right now we are already having a lot of water crisis. So there are various ways which are the causes responsible for the depletion of water table. Now coming to the causes of depletion of water table, basically it increase in population. So increase in population has resulted in excessive use of water for domestic needs such as washing, drinking, bathing, cleaning, cooking, and for construction work. And the overexploitation of water has led to depletion of water table. The other reason is increased in industrial activities. So industries depend on water at all levels of production. It is used because as the raw material, a coolant, and a transport agent, and as a source of energy. And the demand for water has increased manifold due to rapid industrial growth resulting in depletion of water table. It is also because of the agricultural activities. We know that India 70% depends on agriculture for living, and the majority of farmers in India depend on rains for the irrigation. The rains are erratic and unpredictable. We can't predict rain, right? The increase in the population puts pressure on agriculture to produce more food, and to meet the demands of agriculture, farmers have to rely on groundwater to irrigate their fields. and water is excessively used for irrigation from underground sources, so it results in the depletion of water table. Now, large variation in rainfall also causes water depletion. Now, in India, the extent of rainfall varies from state to state, and the areas receiving scanty rainfall may have lower water tables. The cause of depletion is also urbanization and industrialization. Now, due to rapid urbanization and industrialization, there is an indiscriminate cutting of trees on large scale, and it results in soil erosion. So, water holding capacity of soil is also diminishes, and urbanization and industrialization has also decreased the area of infiltration, resulting in depletion of water table. So there is a concept called as, these are all the causes of depletion of water table. Now we'll come to distribution of water. So the distribution of water over the globe is quite uneven. There are areas with excessive amount of rain or very limited rainfall. Such uneven rainfall causes flood in some parts and drought-like conditions in other parts at the same time. Now, coming to the scarcity of water. Basically, scarcity of water is defined as a situation where there is insufficient water to satisfy our normal requirements. The demand of water may vary considerably between different countries and different regions within a given time, depending on the use of water. Now, the United Nations recommend that people need a minimum of 50 liters of water per day per person for their personal use. And in some places there is an acute shortage of water. So water shortage has been a matter of concern throughout the world, and there are some causes of water scarcity. Now they are basically overpopulation, over irrigation for agriculture, climate change and variability, water pollution, increase in demand for water, indiscriminate cutting of forest, then distribution of natural water reservoirs, disputes between states for sharing water, poor water resource management, misuse of water. Now, you must be, if you're reading newspapers, you must be coming across with the state disputes that are having because of the state dispute is taking place between many states because of the water scarcity. So that is one of the major reasons. So these are the causes of water scarcity. Coming to the methods to prevent water scarcity, there are some method to prevent them. First is control of population by adopting small family norms, preventing water pollution, preventing misuse and wastage of water, replacing large flush tanks with smaller ones, recycling wastewater for gardening, adopting rainwater harvesting techniques, building dams, bunds, and tanks to store rainwater, recharging underground water, efficient use of water in agriculture, and following drip irrigation or low water sprinkles for agriculture. Now, coming to the effect of water scarcity on life of people. Now, what will happen if sufficient water is not available, and how it will be affected on life of people? So, people have to walk long distances to fetch water. Already this we have studied in our previous lesson, that people have to walk long distances for water. Now they have to pay high price for buying water through water tanker, right? When there is a supply is less and demand is more. So it basically takes place in summer season, and water tankers, we have to pay a high price to them. So there is uncertainty over availability of water for agriculture. The water scarce area remain backward and neglected. There is low scope for generating employment, and there are more incidences of diseases due to poor sanitary conditions. Poverty alleviation programs suffer. There is increase in incidences of crime, and life becomes hard and miserable. And also there is a fall in the productivity of animals. So ultimately you can imagine that how effect of water leads on the people life. And also the effect of water scarcity affects on plants. Now how they affect basically is plants wilt and ultimately dry up if they are not watered. if they are not watered for few days. Now seeds do not germinate and there is less production. Quality and quantity of crops are also affected and farmers get less market price for their produce. So overall globally it affects a lot when there is a scarcity of water, and it affects on each and every person's life. Now coming to water conservation, what is exactly water conservation? It is wise, judicious and economic use of water available. Now the main purpose of water conservation is to increase the availability of clean fresh water, and some of the methods which are used for water conservation are to prevent misuse and wastage of wastewater in our everyday life. So use as much as less water and use it effectively. Make it a habit to close taps immediately after use. Leaking pipes and taps should be repaired immediately. Encourage water recycling in industries and used for irrigation. Use it for irrigation. Grow more trees because trees help in increasing rainfall and also in replenishment of groundwater reserves. Grow variety of crops that consume less water and adopt better method of irrigation such as drip irrigation. Drip irrigation is supplied to the roots of the plants drop by drop instead of flooding the field. And sprinkle irrigation, you can also use that, and it is used to save water for irrigation. Now use treated water from sewage and effluent treatment plants for irrigation, and make dams and bunds to collect rainwater which will ultimately recharge water table. Revive bawris, lakes and ponds in the areas where there is acute shortage of water. Make people aware about the importance of water in their life. World Water Day, which is celebrated on 22nd March to highlight the importance of water. Water harvesting or rainwater harvesting is being encouraged by the government now to conserve water and to recharge groundwater aquifer, and it is done by allowing rainwater falling on roofs of buildings to flow into water tanks built in the ground. So this all completes our chapter of water as a resource, and I hope you are enjoying the video. Stay tuned for more lessons to come, and if you have any doubts, you feel free to ask in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.